Cool. Are you gonna cut me down?
Nah.
Just bah. Okay, cool.
Just him.
Music was just something in me. Even growing up, getting to learn software wasn't much of a struggle. I go by the name of Da Capo, the Indigo Child, and yeah. Like this other friend of mine, like who used to back me up a lot when we used to like sing in class and stuff like that. So I would say, you know, the love for music came about like a long time ago. It has to do with my family genes, because my grandfather was a trumpet player. Like he used to have like a band of trumpet players, and on the other hand my mother was a jazz dancer. So yeah, I think it has to do with the bloodline as well. And yeah, I mean, and also striving to work hard like all the time. And I always wanted to be unique as much as I could. Like, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, be someone who's just unusual, you know, to put it in brief, an Indigo Child. You know, like the whole definition of an Indigo Child is someone who's very unusual, someone who's unique, you know, amongst other people. So yeah, I would say I would define myself as an Indigo Child when it comes to, you know, the music side of, you know, my story. So yeah, music is something that I've just grew up with and something that's just in me.
When I came on Indigo Child, I came all the way from Limpopo to support my boy Da Capo. Abash.
The Indigo Child was inspired by the people.
I'm here for Da Capo's album launch. Listen, my favorite song is Resistant, Galaya, and whereby he's featuring Wonder Boy. The song Take Your Time. That's my favorite song. Thank you. Love you, Da Capo.
Thank you.
Da Capo. No ways. No ways. So Nini.
It was inspired by the fans. It's basically an album that was initially made for the people, because I figured that it has been a while since I've released like music, and you know, a lot of people have been patiently waiting for, you know, the sounds. Yeah, Indigo Child has to be one of those albums that represents that brand, Da Capo, as a whole. So yeah, the name of the song is Take Your Time, and how the song came about was Uwanda wanted me to actually do a song for, you know, her album, and you know, I worked on the beat for the vocals, and then I sent it back to her, and initially she had recorded the vocals and then sent it back to me. And you know, from there I worked on a new, you know, beat, and I put those vocals on the beat, and then it sounded pretty new. And you know, that's when I took it to the team, and the team approved the song, and I wanted the song to be on the album. So in a way, I kind of like owe her like a huge favor. Rene is a Canadian-based vocalist, and Rene was someone who was suggested to me by Old Black Coffee, and she actually wanted me to help her on a song. I don't remember quite well. I think she wanted the song for her EP, and yeah, I rocked a beat for her, and she was like someone who has a very good working relationship with people. So yeah, we did a song together, the first song, which was for her EP, and she actually wrote a song for my album, to which I would say it's a favor. So I have a lot of favors with vocalists. So yeah, man, I think that's how this is all came about, with Rene, and yeah, that's how Resistance came about as well. Working with Paul King has to be one of the most amazing time. I mean, you have personality. You'll never get bored like working with Paul in studio, and there's someone with many talents. Like for us to work on the Africa song was basically I had an idea of featuring like an artist from West Africa, someone like Femi Kuti, because the idea of the song was to be more on on that Afro sound. Like it was mainly inspired by Fela Kuti type of music, So Black Coffee was the one who suggested Tapo King to work on the song, and it was a good choice because Tapo honestly killed it, and I think I've seen Tapo somewhere. Like his face was very familiar. I've seen him on the Africa Rising DVD, whereby he's like performing like a soulful song that he worked on with Black Coffee. So when you got into studio together, Black Coffee suggested him. I was like, I know this guy can do whatever, anything that you want. And wow, he nailed it like on the spot, like the writing and the whole the way he was singing and pronouncing like his vocals and everything. It was out of this world. The song that I actually never leave out of the set has to be the last song on the album, which is called Gelaya. And like the reason is that it's one of those songs, it's a dance floor type of song, and like every time I jam the song, people go nuts, like they go crazy over the song. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because according to my experience, you know, people like to jam to, you know, songs that actually doesn't have a lot of meaning to them, you know. And I've been getting a lot of questions, like from a lot of people, what does Gelaya mean, what does it mean? And to be honest, there's no meaning to that. It's just creativity within the whole song. And yeah, man, basically like the whole creativity came about when I had like vocals, and I tend to reverse like the vocals that I was working with. And then Gelaya came, and you know, I was like, okay, sharp, this is what I can work with. And even if it doesn't make sense, but you know, it initially can make a lot of people go crazy over it. Honestly, like, this is collective art, you know. Reason why I'm saying this is the album was actually planned. We had 20 plus songs, you know, which we wanted to feature on the album, like release a double disc, something like that. But we came to a point whereby, no, you know, this is just the part one. Let's just release like a few songs that are going to be featured on the album. So 60% of the album was already played at gigs, at shows, and we could see with the response, like the response was massive. The people, you know, enjoyed like the songs, to which it wasn't much of a struggle, you know, to put an album all together, because we've seen feedback from the crowd, like wherever we go to, wherever we travel to. So yeah, man, I mean, putting the art together wasn't much of a struggle. It was very, very, very simple and easy. But to be honest, there's a part 2 which is coming out in a couple of months from now, to which I must say this one is going to be a little bit different. There's going to be a few challenges and struggles in it, because part 1 did a very good job, and it played a very huge role in a lot of people's lives. And you know, coming up with a part 2, it's going to be very challenging in a way, because now initially the album has to be better than part 1. But yeah, I mean, as a producer, man, you have to overcome such things, and you know, that's how it is. I mean, being a producer, you have to go through a lot of challenges, and that's what makes you who you are. And yeah, we'll just see as it goes.